Well, good morning, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well on this day. Merry Christmas to you. Today is the day that God made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. Today is the day, or tomorrow is the day that we represent or we acknowledge Christmas, the day of Jesus Christ's birth. And happy birthday, Jesus. How about that? Um, I want to talk today a little bit everything we do around here, and the whole purpose in what we do is articulating the life of Jesus Christ and all the offerings that Him and God and the Holy Spirit have prepared for us to have a better life as we reside here, in the hopes and the prayers that we make it to where they are perpetually. Um, Today I want to talk about I want to go to Second Kings. We're going to be in Second Kings. We're going to start at Second Kings 5. And we're probably going to be verses 6 through 14, somewhere in there. And this whole chapter it's a lot in it. But we're going to talk today about the easy things. The easy things. Let's read. The letter to the king of Israel said, "With this letter, I present my servant Naaman. I want you to heal him of leprosy." Now, I got to paint the picture here. What I didn't read is verses 1 through 5. And verses 1 through 5 talks about the king of Aram uh, sending his servant, his commander of his army, Naaman, who was a highly favored man. Naaman was a high-ranking army official. He helped his army, his men help beat Israel. Okay. Now, this letter is being written from the king of Aram to the king of Israel. Paint that picture. Hear me. The king of Israel is writing a letter for his servant, the king of Aram is writing a letter for his servant Naaman to the king of Israel. Okay. When the king of Israel read the letter, he tore his clothes in dismay and said, "This man sends me a leper to heal. Am I God that I can give life and take it away? I can see that he's just trying to pick a fight with me." But when Elisha, the prophet, the man of God, heard that the king of Israel had torn his clothes in dismay, he sent this message to him: "Why are you so upset? Send Naaman to me, and he will learn that there is a true prophet here in Israel." So Naaman went with his horses and chariots and waited at the door of Elisha's house. Now, here, we're in the period of time where, once again, Israel, the chosen ones, were disobedient, and they're in the stage where another kingdom was put in place to humble them. Okay, we're in one of those stages. Okay, we've talked about this many times before. So Naaman went with we're in 9. Naaman went with his horses and chariots and waited at the door of Elisha's house. But Elisha sent a messenger out to him with this message: "Go and wash yourself 7 times in the Jordan River. Then your skin will be restored and you will be healed by your leprosy." Simple. Easy. But Naaman became angry and stalked away. "I thought he would certainly come out to meet me," he said. "I expected him to have his hand over the leprosy and called on the name of the Lord his God and heal me. I expected him to do this. I expected him to make a big to-do. I expected him that there was going to be pomp and circumstance, that he was going to put oil on me, and he was going to lay his hand, and he was going to honor who I was, and I expected that." In 12, he says, "Aren't the rivers of Damascus, the Abana, and the Pharpar better than any of the rivers in Israel? Aren't any of those better than any of the rivers in Israel? Why shouldn't I wash in them and be healed? Why?" So Naaman turned and went away in a rage. And he's asking, "Wait a minute, why are you sending me to this dirty river?" First of all, you didn't come out and greet me first. I'm offended that you didn't come and greet me. I am a man of stature. We beat your kingdom. My king sent me to your king and asked for this favor, and you don't even come out and acknowledge who I am. You don't honor me. You're just telling me to go and dip myself. You hear me? You're telling me to just simply go dip myself in this river 7 times. And you're not even sending me to a good river. You're not even sending me to one of many that you could have that have been okay, but you sent me to the dirty one. But his officers, and we're going to go to 13, paint the picture here, guys. But his officers tried to reason with him and said, "Sir, if the prophet had told you to do something very difficult, wouldn't you not have done it? Wouldn't you have done it? So you should certainly obey him when he says, simply go and wash and be cured, right? He didn't tell you to do anything difficult. He didn't tell you to go do anything he just told you to go simply wash and be cured. Easy. So Naaman went down to the Jordan River and dipped himself 7 times, as the man of God had instructed him, and his skin became as healthy as the skin of a young child. He was healed. Then Naaman and his entire party went back to find the man of God. They stood before him, and Naaman said, "Now I know that there is no God in all the world except in Israel. So please accept a gift from your servant." I'm going to stop right there. Now, this story goes on, and there's a whole lot of other dynamics that goes along with it. There's going to be topics of other messages. But right now, I want to focus on the dynamics in what we're talking about right now. Now, mind you, I painted the picture. Israel was beaten by the Arameans, okay? And the king of Aram sent Naaman, his servant, to be healed by the king of Israel. The whole reason why Aram was allowed to beat Israel in the first place, because Israel was worshiping other gods. Israel at this time thought God had left them, and they were seeking advice and healing and all the favors from foreign gods, because for the mistakes of their own, that God turned his back on them, because they were just being so Israel. And that's going to be just as a thing. Israel was just being Israel, wish-washy, disobedient, not following. But yet, this was a chance for God to prove once again who he was. And he used the enemy and allowed the enemy to be healed, just to paint the picture to Israel. And this is what the enemy said: "Now I know there's only one true God, and he's in Israel." Even the enemy is acknowledging. But the point of the conversation today, the highlight of the conversation today, is the easy things. Now, God was using this situation to exalt himself and for to let the people know that, hey, I am the one and only true God. But in that, he also gave us an opportunity, us. Now, we're reading this stuff in hindsight. He's given us the opportunity to see that a lot of the things that we're asking for, that are there for us, it's literally the easy things. And we tend to not give credit to the easy thing, because it can't be that easy. I need some pomp and circumstance. I need somebody to lay their hands on me. Somebody has to do something, because it can't be that easy. My answer can't be just humbling myself and going and getting what I need and being done with. It can't be that easy. I can't be that slow. Talking to one of my contractor friends, you guys know my former life, I spent many years as a contractor. And we were talking about how most contractors are not finishers. And your good contractors is the ones that can see the project from beginning to the end, and they see it all the way through. And we were talking about the projects that we used to have, but we was also talking about our honeydews at home right now. See, it's Christmas time. We're celebrating. Everybody's updating this and touch up painting that and doing all kind of things to because you're having guests over and you want to put your best foot forward. So, but what we find is a lot of the honeydews that we're doing right now in preparation for the holidays are just the little easy things that was left from a bigger project. Where are you going with this? Well, typically in contracting, that last percent, the finish, is what's the hardest. And it's only the hardest. Now, mind you, it's not hard because it's hard, but it's really the easy part because you did all the work. You did 90% of the work. You did the big stuff. But my point is, we tend to put our efforts, our energies, and our pride, and we hold our hats on the big stuff we accomplished, and we're calling it done, but yet we're leaving all these little things that make it complete. We forget about it. We ain't got to touch that up. We do that later. I see it up there, but it's okay. But it's not finished. In those easy things that will make the whole thing complete and done, we tend not to do because we get lazy on the easy things because we put all our, because there's no, what are you saying? There's no fanfare with those easy things. See, we like to say, I built that wall. I built that wall. I drywall. I ran all the electrical. I put the plumbing in. I get all the fixtures. We want to take, because that's the big stuff. That's the stuff everybody see. See, people don't see you going dipping down 7 times in the dirty Jordan. That's not. There's no fanfare in it. There's no pomp and circumstance. There's no move of the Holy Spirit. There's no, you just went and dipped in the river 7 times and you're healed. So it's almost as if, that's nothing to talk about. There's no good story behind it. There's no good story behind, I just went down the river and dipped myself and I got healed. Now, mind you, that's a big story. Now, we all, sooner or later, you keep on living, you're going to have issues. I had some issues just this week. It's like, man, I didn't even do nothing. What happened? You just keep on living. Growing old gracefully, you things happen. Okay? And, and sometimes, when your caretakers come into you, you want all this big stuff. Let's call the doctors. Let's go put some ice on it. Let's go. Oh, we got to go get me something for this. But what if you just rested it? What if you see? A lot of times the simple stuff for the healing that we need, we don't want to do. We ignore the simple stuff because it can't be that simple. We've got to go get X-rays. We've got to go get MRIs. We've got to go do all this big stuff. And sometimes the answer is, just put a wrap on it and stay off it for a couple of days. Well, that's too simple for us. There's no pomp and circumstance for it. Men are men. I'm talking to us. We're guilty of that type of thing. The wife could be telling you, just do this. Just do this. Here we are. Back to the story. Here we have Naaman. Now, mind you, pride plays a big part, a huge part in this issue, because as the beginning of Scripture said, he was a revered commander. He was a commander of many. He's won wars. He had favor of the king of the winning king. He had favor. But here you are. I come all this way to see you, and you don't even greet me. You don't even come out and acknowledge who I am. See, I'm bigger than you just giving me direction and go tell me to go do something, and then go tell me to do it in a dirty river. How dare you? I'm bigger than that. There's no pump. That's too easy. You're not gonna have me come all this way, and my answer is just to go do that 7 times, and I'm done. I am a commander of the army that beat you and your king. Naaman, without his, his servants, the servants was, to me, sounds like your wife in your ear, your husband in your ear. Wait a minute, hold on. You mean to tell me, surely, let's go back to that verse. But his officer tried to reason with him and said, I'm going to change that. I'm going to say, but her husband tried to reason with him or her and said, well, wait a minute. If the prophet had told you to go do something difficult, something very difficult, you wouldn't have done it? Let me ask that question. Yeah, they would have. They would have made the appointment and go sit down and spend all the money and get the MRI. Oh, they would have paid all the money to go see the orthopedic surgeons. They would spend all that money to go see the chiropractor. They would have made the appointment, been in all the pain, and just been disabled the whole time, when they could have did something easy. Because my pain, the pain I'm feeling, it can't be that simple. Hear me. Here we go again. When you have done it, it says, so you should certainly obey him when he says simply, go and wash and be cured. Fast forward, where are we going with this? I don't want to belabor this thing. Here we are. We're upon the day that represents Christ's birthday. We're acknowledging and honoring the true king that was born in the manger, and raised for us to have this very conversation right, to have the opportunity to get this thing right. Without him, it wouldn't have happened. And the things of God, the things that we're being asked to do for our overall health are easy. They're simple. There's nothing about the direction that's given to us is hard, other than us getting past our pride, getting past our envy, getting past those things that the flashy things that we want people to see as us being somebody. All the things that goes into the manifestations of pride that prevents us from doing the simple things that he's calling us to do, that we can have life and have it more abundantly. It's simple. It's simple, but we make it hard. And you got to ask yourself, why do we make it hard? Could the answers to any of your prayers, could your answers be simply humbling yourself and going and doing those easy things? And all these problems go away. You go through this, and all of a sudden there's no problem anymore? All of a sudden you're healed? Could it be that he's giving you the answer? The answers are right there, but they're too simple. There's no honor in it. There's no pomp and circumstance in it. You're not going to be healed until pastor comes lay his hands on you. Now, there's a time and place for that. For the elders, it's a time and place for that. But have you done the easy stuff first? Hear me. Is the answer, I don't know, is the answer hitting the lottery? Or is the answer start eating at McDonald's every day? Is the answer to lower your standards and stop trying to live beyond your means? Is that the answer? Is it just that simple? Here we're talking about healing, but it could be a myriad of things. Is the answer to your issues just that simple? I don't know. I don't know. But you may want to reevaluate some things. Stop looking for the big to-dos, because it's usually always something very simple that you're just not doing. Amen. I know this is probably not the Christmas message that you're expecting to hear, but Merry Christmas. Happy birthday, Jesus. Let's make it simple. We'll talk.